Of course, many of us were on high alert when the H1N1 virus broke out in late April. However, fears have relaxed in recent months, but a death in New Mexico over the weekend, the state's first, proves that the virus needs to be taken seriously. And joining us this morning is Dr. Naomi Kistin, Regional Health Officer for the state. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
This woman that died, a 45-year-old, she was a high-risk patient, is that right?
She was. And first, I'd like to send condolences to her friends and family for this happening. I think that as a community, we need to take this as a reminder that people who are in high-risk groups will be people that we want to be vaccinating in the fall when we have vaccines.
And high-risk groups are people not only who are sick like this woman that passed away, but not necessarily high-risk groups that we see with other forms of the flu. Is that right?
That's true. I think first an important message for viewers is that at this point the severity of H1N1 has not changed since the spring. Like regular seasonal flu, we do have a large number of people who get sick. Many of us get sick and we're fine after a week. Some of us, particularly the people in these high-risk groups, do have a higher risk of needing to be hospitalized or possibly dying if they do get the flu.
And we're talking with the swine flu or H1N1, we're talking not necessarily older people, but younger people, including high school age kids.
That's correct. I think everybody needs to know that we'll be expecting 2 different flu vaccines this fall. Our regular flu vaccines, people over 65 are one of our first target groups. Because of the way H1N1 acted in the spring, where we did have a large number of people under 24 who got sick, we will be focusing on that age group and pregnant women first for the H1N1. I think we should make it clear that we're expecting plenty of vaccine eventually. So if a vaccine comes in small amounts, we'll want to do the people at highest risk first. But eventually we should have enough.
And people, you're saying they should get vaccinated for both the regular flu, if you want to call it that, and H1N1.
If you're in a group where the recommendation is for both, we're asking that people get both vaccines.
Now, there are a lot of people out there that are saying health officials are crying wolf. Look, we had the big scare in the spring and nothing really happened in this country, and now you're telling us the big scare is coming again in the fall. What do you say to people like
that? I don't think I said there was a big scare. I said that we have a new virus, and we're watching it very carefully to see what happens with it. Our job is to be ready for either eventuality. Our hope is that it doesn't get more severe, but if it does, we want to be ready.
And some people are a little bit concerned that maybe the flu virus that's being tested, or rather the vaccine that's being tested right now, they're rushing it too much. Are you confident that they'll come up with a safe vaccination for the H1N1?
Well, I think the processes for making flu vaccine are pretty well established. You know, we get a new one every year. What's going on right now is that people are doing clinical trials. That means human beings are getting the vaccine, and they will be checked, and they won't release the vaccine until certain proof that it works and certain proof that it's safe is done.
So relax. People should relax out there.
I say stay in touch.
Okay, very good. And do the usual precautions. Wash your hands, cover your mouth, and that.
Yeah, I think the prevention messages are most important, and everybody can do that starting now.
Very good. Dr. Kistin, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks very much.
We really appreciate the information.